Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. We're back on the channel to discuss tonight's game as Celtic finally won an away game in Europe, beating Feyenoord by 3-1. I'm joined by Alistair as usual to discuss the game, but we're also joined with a third member tonight. Liam, how you doing, Liam, first and foremost, and welcome to the channel.
Thanks very much, boys. I'm very good, and tonight obviously we get an away win in Europe, so even better, to be honest. And glad to be on, and I'll be listening to your pod for a good few weeks, and really like it. I know it's maybe been quite negative recently, but we're all in the kind of the same boat with that. But tonight has improved the mood massively, so happy to be on, boys.
Aye, Alistair obviously talked about improving the mood a bit there. It's just good to get some sort of a win, probably our best performance of the season as well.
It wouldn't be hard, but no, even when we were a goal down, I actually thought we're in this game, by the way. It wasn't your normal Celtic away in Europe. It was normally when we lost one goal to Europe, we were waiting in the second or fourth going in. But honestly, I thought for about the first 10 minutes in, I thought we're in this game if we can just. My worry was where's the goals coming from, to be honest with you. But I thought the midfield were bang on it the night, and no, it's just absolutely buzzing because at the end of the day, mate, everybody thought it would be Ramsdale slaughter, me included, to be fair.
Aye, when I thought we would have probably been on the end of a hiding, to be honest with you, in terms of how European results have went. Obviously this season, Liam, there's been more off the field antics than actually stuff happening on the pitch. Obviously, it looks like we've now got a new manager who's looking to come in and get started. Obviously, it's good he's now going to be coming in, hopefully getting started with a bit of positivity over the last kind of two games in St Mirren and Saturday as well.
Absolutely. Is it Wilfred Nancy or Wilfred Nancy?
I'm not trying to take the smart way. I'm just saying I'm sticking to Nancy.
Aye, because I sometimes I say Nancy and sometimes Nancy. Do you know what I mean? But I'm guessing we'll find out in probably next week at some point when he does his press conference. But as you were saying, the mood recently wasn't great, but that tonight, just to reiterate what Alistair was saying, is when they did score. I was confident we would score. I wasn't confident, that we would win, but I was confident that we could definitely get a goal because they look very vulnerable at the back, similar to ourselves actually, because that first goal, they kind of broke us apart very, very fast on the counter, but we done really well to recover. So I'm quite happy with that. And as I said, the Martin O'Neill effect for me, I believe he just gives up the players that wee percentage extra sometimes, and delighted actually.
Aye, Alistair, obviously Liam talks here about the recovery and stuff like that. Usually in Europe we concede one goal and maybe 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5, 6, 7 seem to fall on the end of it. But we recovered, didn't we? Kind of calmed down, and then obviously we managed to keep persisting, and then obviously get the 2 goals before the end of the half, basically.
I thought, as I said earlier, when I was debriefing there, I thought the midfield's Engels and Hatate, and do you know who I really thought had a good game and gave us a good base? We McGowan, and
Definitely.
I'm McGowan's biggest critic because I don't think he does enough when he starts normally. But no, credit where it's due. I didn't think we had a failure. I even thought Maeda looked interesting.
Alistair, you can maybe say that about Yang as well. Because Yang normally, when he starts, is like anonymous, isn't he? But yeah, I thought Yang was actually very lively and obviously did well to get his goal, didn't he?
Well, I was going to give him. We'll go on to him because I think he was the best player in the park when he was on actually because it was always an out ball. And actually, but games like the night suit Young because he's not playing against 10 men behind the ball. So at the end of the day, it's good to see. Good to see. I mean, we've all been we've all been too negative all season, so at the end of the day, it was good to have a buzz about the place, as Paul McStay would say.
I thought Yang had arguably his best game in a Celtic shirt tonight. To be honest, if you factor in the performance, but also the standard of the opposition. I mean, it was the one thing I will say about Yang. I think obviously his ability is probably not the best in the up there, but what he does do, he keeps going, and he keeps trying to go at his man. We saw at the weekend against St Mirren. I thought he kept trying to go and give us something different in a position, Liam, where the wingers have been completely near enough useless this season, to be honest with you.
Aye, as you were saying, Yang never hides. So even if he's having a bad game, he'll always show for the ball. Whereas you get some wingers, just because the nature of the position, they can be inconsistent. But Yang, he never shies away. And as you said, one of his best games tonight in a Celtic shirt. I don't know about just recently anyway, isn't it? I know he's not played much, but he was halfway out the door, so he did well, and he took his goal really well. He kind of read was it the wee dink with Hatate at the back, and he kind of read that well, and he plays it in towards the goal, and it goes in. He took it really well. He could have missed that easily, really, because I'm more like a volley with it. But as you said, it was a good outball, and something that we've been severely lacking for weeks. We've not even got a right winger. Do you know what I mean? Which is another story, but aye.
No, I thought all of them were really good tonight. The next player that I kind of go and discuss is in the midfield. I think Alistair kind of touched on it. I thought Arne Engels tonight really kind of set the tone for that. And obviously I've been one of Arne Engels' biggest backers as such, but I thought he kind of set the tone and stuff like that. And it was just good to see him play a really good performance and try and just kind of dictate the play. I thought at times and when we needed that bit of control, he was able to kind of give us it.
See the pass through was it for Tenecti? That was ridiculous. Obviously Tenecti he cut back rather than maybe try and cut across your man and having a shot on goal. Tenecti is a bit wasteful at times, I feel. I think that's something he could work on, but that pass was absolutely phenomenal. Only two guys in the pitch can play that. It's Rio and Engels for me.
What did you make of the midfield, Alistair? Obviously, it was probably
I
one of
like
the best
the
positions
balance.
back.
I like to balance, and I thought, and I'm going to give the Matt Renewal a bit of credit. I thought he made the subs at the right time, and also for that's 2 out of 3 European away games that Kobe Donovan has been putting in Red Star and the night and no to a place. I mean, I don't know about you, but I was delighted to see Tony Ralston no playing. The guy gives me the fear every time he goes on that part, to be honest with you. And I just genuinely think, and I thought the whipping boy that's had it all season, and rightly so, Hatate had his why Hatate's my boy, Liam, if you don't know, but I absolutely love the guy. But I think, especially with me and Josh are in the same section, so and especially all the old guys up there that go absolutely mental every time Hatate has a bad game, and it really,
I've got a love-hate relationship with him.
really does.
Eyes.
But he's that kind of player, mate.
I know he is that kind of player. When
Exactly.
he has a game like tonight, he's on top, unplayable. But that seems to be 1 in 10. You know, you just know maybe on Sunday against Hibs, he could be booting balls at the park, but hopefully, obviously, no. I mean, this is probably a question if everyone wants to take it, but where does this kind of is this a momentum boost for the season? Obviously, as I say, a new managerial appointment's coming in. You know, it looks like Nancy either will take charge of Hibs or will take charge of Dundee next week. Can that be a kind of springboard for the season? Because I know Feyenoord, they're going through, you know, a bit of a crisis themselves as well. But it was, we've not won away in Europe since 2022. So could it be a springboard for trying to just maybe salvage something at this season?
You want to take it,
On you
Alistair?
go.
Do you want me?
On you go,
It
Liam.
could, but we've had a few of them this season, haven't we? A few kind of moments that we think, right, we're going to kick on for here, and the next minute you get beat off Dundee or something like that. But I feel like this is a wee bit different. I feel that the away win in Europe, regardless of what Feyenoord's form's like, that's still a hard place to go. Do you know what I mean? And the way we played, listened to Martin O'Neill's interview after the game, and he said we passed them off the park, and we absolutely did at times. We really did, and so it's about performance and a result, and I feel as if we got that tonight, especially bouncing back. So they scored obviously the first goal, and then to hit back with 3 goals, I thought it was very impressive. And I think Nancy or Nancy, whatever it is, when he does come in, and if we're on a high, that can only help him.
Alistair?
The only thing I will say, to me, I think we talk ourselves down at times. If that was an English or a French team doing that to Feyenoord, everybody would be going, what a team they are, and stuff like that. And people need to remember, we've had 9 players missing, no starters granted, but who would have thought we would have went to Feyenoord without AJ, without Carter Vickers? I know people are going to laugh at this, but without Iheanacho and Joa, they're arguably 4 of our best attacking outlets, and we've kind of won comfortably in the end.
No. I just think it's also comes down to the fact that the confidence when we get to Europe these days, because of how this current board have how we programmed us to think when we get to Europe that we're just thinking, we're just going to get rolled there by every single team. But this was the difference in it. We didn't get rolled there, and you spoke there about how the control we had in games and how we kind of passed them off the parking. There was a period in the second half where we were in complete control, and you're thinking, right, this is where we can try and maybe get the third goal to kind of take the control. Because then I think after that final did come back into it a bit more, but I thought overall we had a really good control of the game, and obviously that started with the midfield. Obviously, it's Martin O'Neill's kind of last European game in an interim, but what a way to leave us in terms of the European scene on the victory tonight.
There you go, Liam.
Aye, listen, couldn't agree more. I think Martin O'Neill's been excellent since he came in. I thought, obviously, domestically, he's untouched, and then away was it Midtjylland away. It was a bad performance, bad result, and they're kind of flying, aren't they? But I thought he done well tonight. And as you said, Alistair, a wee while ago there, that the changes he made were good changes, and Negrin comes on and scores that excellent goal. And I actually thought he missed it when I first seen it. It was just maybe the way it hit the bar. I don't know how to explain it.
It was the way the telly camera, basically. The telly camera made it look like it came out of the bar, and it just kind of bounced, and you just seen it get out the back of the net. I think, thank God.
That's what I was like. See, there's that post thing in there behind the goal, and I thought it hit off that. I was like, Negrin, no. It was getting in. I was like, oh, what a finish that is, because he does everything right. He takes that touch, and then he kind of hits it back across the keeper near post, and he hits it that high that no keeper's getting that. And as you were saying, just delighted with that result, to be completely honest with you.
I think the main question now, Alistair, is could we qualify for the playoffs, obviously, because if you look at it, we play Roma at home at Celtic Park. Is it next week?
Well, a point against Roma is not a bad result. No, that's the week after. You have 2 weeks. Next week's Dundee.
Right, okay,
and then
2
the
weeks.
following week's Roma.
Roma at home, isn't it?
Aye. That's what I'm saying. If you can get a point out of that now and beat your trek to the last day, you're laughing, because 11 will be enough, I think.
Aye, it normally is. 8 over 10, isn't it?
Aye. And
so, Jake, we could do
it. At the end of the day, I'm going to be positive because I've been negative all season, so I'm going to say aye. I'm going to say aye.
I
Well,
think
go into your trade. On you.
no, I was just saying. I think there's many a chance
For the
now.
winner.
Obviously, I think there's many a chance now. I think than what we had kind of a few weeks ago. But it's just obviously we can get a result of that Roma game and then try and maybe get into Utrecht, as you say, and try and get a result. Then we could maybe sneak a playoff thing. The other thing I'm hoping is as well the
Even if we
Utrecht game.
that way.
The Utrecht game's at the end of January, I'm pretty sure. So I think you can register 2 or 3 more players for the January window. So I'm
Aye.
hoping.
I think you
And
can, Josh.
so this is a big if we do strengthen January. With this current board, I don't know, right? But if we can do that, then we might have a better chance, probably against Utrecht, to maybe qualify.
Back
If you lose or draw
remember.
tonight, you've had it. So that win tonight is actually set you up for that chance. Do you know what I mean?
You just know if Vasilis Barkas is going to have an absolute stormer, honestly. You just
Hologram
know.
arms.
Aye. But Liam, it
No,
just
aye,
gives us
lads,
that.
I think they're going to be out. Utrecht, I think they're really struggling. So that could be a wee bonus. Listen, at the end of the day, going to the last game with a chance, the situation we were in before the night, you would have put the hand off for that. So let's just see what happens.
Aye. No, definitely. Liam, I looked at the game the night and just seen a bit more control. That's been my main criticism with Celtic in Europe is that we try and play too nice at times. We try and fart about with the ball at the back too much, end up getting pressed, and then. But I thought we were a lot more. When we had to go long, we went long. When we went short, and just kind of used our brain.
Aye, we used our adult brains, didn't we? It's like I think I don't like talking about Rodgers all the time, and I know this is my first pod, etc. And I've been speaking about Rodgers quite a lot recently, right? So just to kind of go back on that, I think under Rodgers, obviously it became very stale, and it was passing for passing's sake. And I think what O'Neill's did, and obviously Maloney, they've just come in and they've just simplified it down, and rather than maybe Scales going to Trusty and Trusty going to Scales and Scales getting it to Donovan and that sort of dilly-dallying, it's just going direct if you need to go direct, play it into the midfield, and even Hatate or McGregor just taking it in the half turn and actually getting their head up and looking for a pass rather than that just back to the defence constantly. So I think that's actually what O'Neill's did, and he just probably told them, listen, these are actually decent footballers. I don't think he would blow smoke up their arse and, sorry for swearing, blow smoke up their bum and tell them that they're better than what they are. But he just gave them that confidence and listen, these are good players. You've got Callum McGregor in there. I mean, the goal at the weekend just tells you how good that guy is. And he's obviously helped mould the players as well. But as you said, he's simplified everything down for me. And it's made a big difference. And I don't see that result happening under Brendan Rodgers.
No.
I really don't.
You don't need to worry about it swearing. I think we need to get a bleep machine sometimes in here for me when I'm raging, especially in the last 2 weeks with the board. All I've done is swear. But no, it's just I probably tend to agree with you because I just thought under Rodgers I think they were lacking a bit of belief. I know there was a lot of other factors off the pitch again with Rodgers with transfers and the board and him no seeing eye to eye and stuff. But I did think on the part it just maybe wasn't getting maybe enough out the players that were there. But so I do tend to agree with you. I don't think that result happens under Brendan Rodgers. Just like I don't think the League Cup semi-final result happens under Rodgers and stuff like that. So
totally agree.
It was really good just to see passing with control, but no just passing the ball to death. To be honest with you, we had to go long and try and get in behind and using plenty of strengths, which we managed to do pretty well. I'm going to kind of wrap it up. I'm going to just talk about the man of the match. I'll come to his. Alistair, what's your kind of final thoughts on this, and then obviously just your man of the match?
Well, can I echo what you said about no one in the night, no even closing the gap on Hearts. And I'm going to come across a board of apologies here. Do you know something? I completely get. I completely get why Rogers was removed because see at Tynecastle and Dundee that was the end for me because I mean I don't know if you've noticed this, but Austin Firsty's not put a foot wrong since he come into the team, and that's making Brendan Rodgers look a complete arse to be honest.
Because he said that two left-footed centre-backs can't play next to each other, wasn't it? Even though he done it away to Atalanta.
Aye, took the words right out of my mouth. That's what he played in that and that was one of my best results in the Champions League last year. So at the end of the day, but no, you were going to ask me about man of the match. I'm going to give it to Young because it was the most unexpected performance of the night for me. I know Engels, I know had his goal that in him. I didn't think Young had that in him. So I'm going to give him credit where it's due.
Liam, what about you? What's your final thoughts on obviously that match?
I'm going to give it to Hatate, to be honest with you, just because he showed up with the goal. And I just thought overall he was really effective in the game. I thought at times he was playing like a real baller that we know he is. But as you said as well, Josh, it's 1 in 10 performances you get that out of Hatate. But I just thought tonight he was really good, took his goal really well, and I actually think he made it look a bit easier than what it actually was. That's a lot of pressure, and I know it's an open goal, but see that way, he feels if your foot could turn to Weetabix there, and you would just miss it. Do you know what I mean? But I thought Yang for me is a close second though, because it was unexpected. Alistair, he was a great outball and took his goal well as well. So it's a hit and a miss with the two, but Hatate just edges it for me.
No, I do agree with you. I think that was something Celtic would miss that in Europe normally. No real luck, to be honest with you. We did get a bit of kind of fortune with the second goal as well after kind of good, chasing down Maeda. Man of the match for me, I've kind of got the deciding vote here, to be honest, but I'll give it to Yang because when he plays badly, I give him it's stinking, so I can't exactly know. Give him at least some credit when he plays pretty decent. I thought he was just direct, kind of kept going, as I said, tried to keep taking on his man and kind of go up the pitch. The finish for the first goal, I think, is a lot harder. He needs to try to bend it back in, to be honest with you, get it into the back of the net. So I thought overall he was good, but I just thought the whole team were good today, and there was a lot of kind of candidates for a man of the match. Arne Engels is a close second for me. I thought he was outstanding, really controlled the tempo of the midfield. But I think overall it's just a good performance, and that was the main thing.
Engels goes under the radar a wee bit, doesn't he? I think he's actually been quite good for the last few weeks. I know he has his bad games, etc., and he could improve a lot, but he goes under the radar, and I just think he maybe needs a big goal or something like that to kick him on. Because I feel as if a lot of fans are just dying for him to kind of fail, and just because this £11 million price tag, I don't like it. I want him to succeed, and I think he used to do as well, but I just feel as if a lot of fans don't, and he needs that wee kick on for somewhere. I hope he gets it even Sunday.
No, I think he does need a big goal. As I said, I've always been, I think both me and Alistair have kind of vigorously defended him at times. I just think, as you said, that the price tag doesn't go in his favour. And I remember I spoke to Derek Ray on this channel before we played Bayern Munich, and we were talking about
Liam, that's what he does. He name drop.
No, but he basically said £11 million for a player for the Bundesliga isn't that much, and if you factor in the age that Arne Engels in, we're not talking about a 26, 27-year-old player. We're talking about somebody who thinks 21, 22-year-old. He still gets so much to go. I think personally he still gets so much to go in his Celtic career, and obviously just get into that when he leaves Celtic. And I do think there's too many people out there who are just trying to, maybe wish he fails, but writing him off too soon, instead of just trying to give him time to to kind of grow, because we saw it in the Champions League last year. He put in some really good performances to get us to where we did in the Champions League. So it is in there. It's just trying to find that consistency, and that's the kind of main thing with Arne Engels. If he can consistently show what he showed tonight, then we're only a winner.
Absolutely.
I thought Joe Hart was brilliant in commentary as well, by the way.
I thought he was
Hart's
brilliant,
so
but
likeable in commentary. I don't know, but
I thought he was brilliant, but the guy can fucking talk, man.
He
Jesus.
just yaps and yaps.
You're such-
There's commentating and there's just talking. I think he forgets he's commentating. I think he talks, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I love Joe Hart, but man, it's hard work at times.
I know, he does well then over, doesn't he? You're just like, you could have shut up there.
The funny thing about the commentary, Rory Hamilton said Yang scored the second goal. Look,
Aye, I remember that actually.
see if you want to get back actually. Yang, I'm sure it was a tie because I seen the 41 in the back of the jersey and I'm like, that's a tie.
I'm glad it was Hatate. I reckon Yang probably would have missed that.
Aye, no, I know. But no, overall, a really good night at the office, I'd say. And before we do finish, I need to get this dig in. Get it up, Robin Van Persie, absolute prick he is. Anyway, but, aye.
What a player, but he was some player.
I will not say it on that. I'm an Arsenal fan, so... But,
Judas.
Judas. But get it up him. Anyway, but no, I think we just kind of move on to the weekend. We need to back this up. We can't lose at the weekend because the momentum just falls in its arse pretty much after that. So hopefully we can back it up at the weekend against Hibs, and then obviously take it into next week where it's a big week. Obviously Dundee and Hearts on the Saturday. So we need to back it up to try and domestically try and get some sort of run going, especially with the new manager coming in as well. So hopefully we can get that done. Is there any other thoughts before we wrap it up?
I think we will do. I think we will win at Easter Road. I think the boys will do it for Martin. If that's, an incentive, I don't know what it is.
It's my last game, so good and do the business.
That's the team talk takes care of itself, doesn't it, Arthur? Takes care of itself. When was the last time we actually won at Easter Road? Was it under Ange, maybe? No? Was it under Brendan?
Brendan Rodgers, I think. Maybe Callum McGregor scored.
Callum McGregor. Nicholas Goodwin.
Because I remember the one was that Alistair Johnson cuts the ball back and the ball goes out, remember? But, it didn't go out. That was that ghost.
We drew that game, I think. We drew. Aye.
Or they beat us, did they not? They not beat us 2-1?
They get beat.
Aye. Remember in the VAR said that he overturned it and said it was a factual call, even though it wasn't a factual call. But, I mean, that's another story, isn't it?
Aye.
We heard,
but
you played the audio, didn't you, Josh? And you like that. How many times can you say no sure, but still say it's
I remember that.
Call?
Aye. No, but I think we'll wrap it up better, I think. And obviously, hopefully we can move that kind of momentum into the game on Sunday. But I'll wrap it up there for post-match reaction, as this was the day that we won away finally in Europe as Celtic beat Feyenoord by 3-1. As I said there, we'll be back probably tomorrow with build-up to that game on Sunday against Hibs at Easter Road, and hopefully a confirmed manager in the dugout as well. But until next time, we'll speak to you later, and hail.
Hail.